Hi everyone, this is Claudia, and I just want to make a small YouTube video on my improved self-care routine throughout the years, I guess. I've been refining and improving them, and it's honestly changed my mindset about a lot of things. And I just want to share that so you might as well get a bit of an idea of how to structure your self-care routine as well, or like the different things you can try and change in your self-care routine. So yeah. So the first bit I want to get to is journaling and making reflections. So uh, you see it's a lot going on, but I'll summarize this by talking about like I've been doing a lot of inner work in terms of thinking of where I want to be in life and sort of the mistakes I've done and areas I've learned from. Going deeper on topics like shadow work and diving deeper into like uh my way of thinking in terms of like friendships and maintaining them throughout the years because before I wasn't really quite a people person, so it was really hard. But after trying to contemplate about uh how I felt hurt when people like ignored me or like they decided to just create their own friend group and isolate me. Yeah, those experiences that I had, I think they made me into like a more compassionate sort of person because I know how it's like to be alone and nobody else wanting to like invite you into certain events and things like that. Yeah. And this allowed me to see the bigger picture in terms of like how to communicate well with people because my communication skills was really, really rubbish as like a child. I basically had not really much going on in terms of the public speaking ability and the confidence level. And yeah, I've learned more about setting goals from like reading, watching a lot of YouTube videos, Jim Rohn in particular, about his like whole goal setting of where you want to be in like a couple of years and quite a lot about law of manifestation, attraction and manifestation has been going on. I've actually bought a few courses on that, so I've pretty much invested in myself in terms of the online courses sort of area. And I think it's really nice that I've also been visiting my old hobbies and other things I used to enjoy, but I actually lost touch as I grew older. So I always had a dream of being like a writer and artist. So like I'm I've actually made that sort of like a reality by writing like two poetry books and publishing them on Amazon. But yeah, that was just my personal like endeavors, I guess. Yeah, I now also try to pick places where I want to improve on in terms of like uh my ambitions, like where do I find areas where like and character as well, like in terms of like where to be more patient in certain areas of my life and where to stop procrastinating and like just and also generally good values like trying to be more kind to other people and have more empathy into like what they're going on because you never know like when someone's in need and it's really good to just like lift them and like give them a hand. So yeah. So yeah, I've also been like trying to help more people in my like small community, like maybe neighbors and like inviting people to events like for my uni, like having friends and just introducing them to like different societies as well when I can. Like if I find that society is really friendly. And yeah, I've also been trying to break my like, ideal life into small steps and goals and think of and reflect on which activities actually rejuvenate me and which ones I want to avoid if they add too much stress and not to overdo so much things. Like, I feel like being an overachiever, you have to have some sort of limit as to make sure you don't burn out. But yeah. Yeah, I'm also trying to do like a 10 years down the line of like what I really want to work on. Yeah, you see more of that later, but yeah. I've also worked more on gratitude and positivity because like I was, I was like sick a lot, like in many, like I was, I've been sick for quite a while, like in from the pandemic season. So, and also like I learned a lot about like being healthy and how fortunate it is to be healthy and encouraging people as well to take a look at their lives and lighten up somebody else's day and really being high-spirited and always wanting to try new things, I guess, like something I'm not certain about. I might just have a go at it, yeah. And writing down all the things that I'm happy about and appreciate in my life and praying for like I do some daily prayers like twice a day on the areas I want to work on and like deepening my relationship with God as well and Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's a bit of my Christianity belief just leaking out, but yeah. And I like to see the potential in others and sometimes wanting to collaborate with them on like maybe poems or ideas and just bouncing off ideas with them, I guess. And yeah. So, and also I learned that like the more you keep hold of the positives in your life, you likely attract so much more. But if you do the opposite way around, you're gonna attract a lot of conflict and just awful relationships if you're going down a negative route more. Yeah, it just shows how the more you focus on something, the more things you see that's going to come with it. And yeah, I've been starting to lean on to my interests, so listening to more soulful music. I feel like that cultivates a lot of my inner peace. And well, writing poetry is always, but sometimes I feel like there's a lot of work to do because I'm juggling like my degree and a lot of other things like making a podcast and yeah, doing quite a lot of things out of what I'm actually supposed to do. I like to go on Reddit as well and YouTube for just interesting stories because there's a lot of comedic value, I think. And also you can connect and learn more about other people's lives. Although some interesting drama are worth watching, but definitely not worth experiencing in your real life. So yeah, that's been fun have a look at how other people story tell in the ways and the ways like other people's lives are and stuff like that. It's really interesting. It's like watching news, but actually learning snapshots of the humorous parts only and leaving out the slightly depressing, I guess. Yeah. And I've been trying to play more badminton in my free time, trying different techniques learned from YouTube, deceptive lifts, having more control on the shuttle, some variety, and trying to push off quicker. But yeah, that's just some badminton skills that I'm trying to learn. But it's really hard when you're actually in a game and you gotta think about so many different things all at once. Yeah. And also I like reading and studying books. But so far, like I've been like buried with my university like content and like many new things I have to learn. Like there's quite a lot of stories in the physio like field of and assessments of how you can test someone's balance and coordination. So that's really interesting. But it does take quite a lot of my time. So yeah. And also I like researching new things like beauty related like skincare products are good for my skin, and like some herbal ointments that are good, like massage oils and things like that, and supplements as well. I've been taking quite a lot of vitamin C, vitamin D, and like some things for memory, like ginkgo biloba. I don't really know how to pronounce that, but yeah, been trying to make more changes, and I guess taking more of these supplements to increase like your health and possibly your memory, because there's some evidence on some supplements like improving your concentration focus as well. So that's been pretty good. Yeah, so I've been doing a lot. And yeah, I've been trying to also let go of things I can't control. Like how no matter what other people say, like I mean your opinion matters the most in the end because you're living the life that you want to live. Other people are just there to sort of give you some support sometimes, and also they're not the full focus into unless it's like a life partner or anything. But yeah, and family as well. But yeah, and friends also. But like uh, in the larger picture, like acquaintances and people, random strangers you don't really know. Well, it's I mean it's good to build relationships with different people, but like not all opinions should have the same like sort of rating. And yeah, holding on to things that aren't aligned to my future goals is not what I would want to do in the next couple of years or now. And just looking at stress levels and things that won't match her 5 to 10 years down the line. So why would I care about it now? And the sort of naysayers who don't really encourage you or don't applaud anything. But it's okay because the applaud you have for yourself is more important than applaud other people give you. Because sometimes people are not in space where they can give you the applause, or like they're not in a place where they can encourage you as much. So doing it yourself, like for example, taking the example of like if you're running for like a marathon, right? Like you need the perseverance and the core values of like doing your best and having good mindset. You don't really necessarily like it's good to have the support force, but you don't necessarily need somebody to clap and make you like really motivated for like long hours. Because if you're taking a marathon, it's very likely that like they're so far away from you that you can never not really hear their applause. But yeah. And also I've learned to try to let go of the past experiences of being rejected, alone, and just people not understanding me and I not understanding them, and and just normal things like bullying that happened like as a child. But yeah, those things I'm trying to I've been trying to let go and just be like, so what? It's just an experience to leverage me onto like a more compassionate sort of accommodating person that I currently am. And the what ifs are not worth considering because like no matter what, you can't change the what ifs or like the alternatives that have already gone. So what if something didn't happen the way you wanted to? Yeah, I'm letting go of that. I feel like I feel like it's better to focus on what I can change right now. So yeah. And yeah, other stuff I'm working on is seeing things for what they are, just with some sort of wisdom, because I usually like watch a lot of YouTube videos and shorts as well about like different situations, like relationships as well, and like how sometimes you can't like really have the 50-50 give and take, and sometimes somebody's carrying the load and some other people don't. And reciprocation sometimes doesn't happen in friendships as well. So yeah, that's a lot I've learned about human psychology and people being envious and jealous, and just sorts of like situations of comparison and lack. I feel like it's really good. Like I know it, but like I don't see the need to bury myself into the level of emotions and like playing games with people. No, I don't do that. And yeah, I've been learning to not chase or reach for outward external things. I mean, it's good like sometimes if you have some sort of reward for yourself, like maybe your favorite designer bag and like a good financial like sort of goals that you want to achieve. But I feel like the amount of money, the more you have, doesn't actually equal to the happiness once you reach a certain threshold. So yeah. And yeah, learn more about having patience to little things and trying to look at things from other people's perspectives, helping others but not overextending or like and like setting boundaries because it's very easy because as a child sort of try to help everybody and that's left my cup empty. So yeah. And also I learned that humor is so important to diffuse the awkwardness of certain things that happen. Like maybe someone's clumsy and a cup fell or like a plastic cup fell on the floor. So yeah, these situations happen. So it's very fun if you're using humor to diffuse awkwardness instead of like staring at somebody and giving them the cold, awkward eye. But yeah. And also I've been learning to take more action, initiatives over making decisions, like starting a YouTube channel, for instance, like something new. And yeah, I've been trying to kickstart, well, and instead of waiting for the perfect circumstances, I am not really trying to do that anymore because I feel like you can be ready anytime and you don't have to be perfect. You just have to go through the stages of trying it out. And I've learned to focus on what matters most, especially in the areas of expanding and starve out areas that I think won't work long term or fit in my life. Yep. So that's all. I hope this is helpful in some way in terms of setting your own self-care routine, habits, and reflections of what you'd like to accomplish with your own life. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this little see-through of my life. Bye.